Hi, my name is Kelton Glevy with Roadware Incorporated, and welcome to our channel on YouTube. And so today, for our first live stream, we're going to talk about frequently asked questions for Roadware 10-minute concrete mender that people tend to send us emails or they call us on the phone, and these are the kind of things they ask. So here we go. First of all, Roadware 10-minute concrete mender. How big a crack can I fix? Well, it all depends on the technique you want to use, but really there's no limit. You can go it in stages. You can start at the bottom of a crack and work your way up if it's super deep, or if it's really wide, you can do kind of the same thing. You can mix it in a bucket and pour it out so the crack is a foot across or 2 feet across or 2 feet deep. We can still do it. But we can also do cracks that are even down to hairline size with our new easy injection system. So there's really no limit as how far and how deep and how big a crack you can repair with Roadware 10-minute concrete mender. Number 2, can I use concrete mender for an overlay? Well, you can, but concrete mender is a polyurethane for fixing cracks, and it's not really designed to be an overlay material. We designed it to penetrate deep into a crack, get into the rock, and bond to the concrete from the inside out, not to be spread over the top as an overlay and be a nice wearable surface. Now, if you're going to put an overlay on your concrete, that's great. I would use 10-minute concrete mender to make the repairs to the joints and the spalls underneath it, but I wouldn't want to use it as a full overlay because it's going to be very difficult to get the kind of look you'd want to get, and there's actually better products out there for that. Number 3, how can I use 10-minute concrete mender in a freezer? In a frozen food warehouse or a freezer, you have cracks and spalls and joints just like in any normal warehouse concrete. In a freezer, we want to be able to make those repairs. We recommend you do it with 10-minute concrete mender at operational temperatures. So it can be minus 20 Fahrenheit, minus 30 Fahrenheit, no problem. Just a little bit extra techniques. You can make the same repairs. Instead of curing it in 10 minutes, it's going to cure in a couple hours. But you're still going to get a great repair, and it's going to work great in your freezer. So we got that covered. Let's see here. What is the shelf life of 10-minute concrete mender? Those products all last a year in the shelf life, so you can buy with confidence. I also get a lot of questions. If I use half the container, can I save the rest of it and use it later? Yes, you can. Just keep it in a climate-controlled, dry environment, sealed containers, and you'll get about 6 or 7 more months out of that, depending on conditions. Another question we get. Let's see here. Can 10-minute concrete mender be air shipped? Yes, it ships as a non-hazardous material, non-regulated, so we can put it by air, ocean, sea, whichever. Our products all come packaged, ready to go for that. So if you need something overnight, obviously we can do it. Let's see, where can you get sand for a 10-minute concrete mender? For those who don't know, we use about 2 parts sand and 1 part liquid when we make concrete mender generally. So we want to be able to find sand for that. And it's usually silica sand, which is a manufactured sand. We like to go with 40-30 grit, and some parts of the country be kind of hard to find. Give us a call if you can't find it, but we usually find it at places like Home Depot, you can get it, or at your Roadware distributor. You can get it there usually, or there's other places that sandblasting supply, things like that. I want to go with like a nice manufactured, clean, dry, hard sand. So I don't have an exact specification for that other than the type of sand we want to get, because the definitions vary from parts of the country. Like down south, they'll call it one thing. Northern United States, they'll call it another thing. So we generally like a 40-30 grit manufactured hard sand that's clean and dry. But that being said, there's many different kinds of sand we can use. We can actually use other like concrete sands and things if we want to make a special effect. So we got to watch for that too. Let's see here. Can I reuse the mixer? Roadware 10-minute concrete mender comes with mixers, right? On the static mixer, I don't have one here. But yeah, you can you can't reuse them. It's a one-use thing. So once you put the product down, you shoot it, and there you go. And in about 10 minutes, that mixer, if you don't shoot anything else through it, will lock up on you, and you'll need to get a new mixer. So that's why we put extras in every case, and they're also available from your Roadware distributor. Let's see here. Can I buy concrete mender to repair my driveway? Well, yes and no. We don't really recommend concrete mender for people's driveways in the residential applications. One, driveways tend to be very thin concrete. They tend to crack all the way through, and they tend to move a lot because of the seasonal changes, right? So in the summertime, that crack can be really, really tight, but in the winter time, when it's cooler out, that crack's going to open up on you. And yes, we could put concrete mender in there and try and lock that back together, right, what we do with concrete mender, but chances are it's going to re-crack somewhere else. And also, when you use 10-minute concrete mender outside, okay, the color is going to start out gray, but it's quickly going to amber to a yellowish color due to the UV sunlight. And so we generally, if we do any outdoor work with 10-minute concrete mender, we do it in places where it doesn't really matter, like someone's bridge deck or something, industrial, or else we coat it over with something else, like a coating or a decorative coating, or at least something to make it look nice and gray. So generally for your driveway, I would recommend something that's going to be softer, like a caulking material that you can find at any one of the construction stores, or even our Roadware distributors, but not 10-minute concrete mender. It's just too hard for that. Let's see here. More questions. Can I inject 10-minute concrete mender into cracks and delaminations? Yes, you can. We have the new Roadware Easy Injection System. We'll do another video on that, but basically it's a modified mixture with a rubber tip on the end of it. You drill a small hole, you push the gun and the cartridge into the hole, it generates a little pressure as you shoot it out, and it goes down almost 2 feet into the concrete. So it's a very effective way to do concrete injection without the need for a pump or anything like that, and it's great. I love it. Another question is, where can I buy 10-minute concrete mender? Well, Roadware, we're the manufacturer, right? And we sell through traditional distribution methods. So we go to our network of Roadware distributors around the country and around the world. They are stocking distributors, and they have product ready to go, and also the expertise to help you pick the right product, the right tools, the right methods to work in your concrete. That's the way Roadware operates. So we have product distributed around the country, so it's easy to get where you are. But like I said, you're not going to find it at Home Depot, and you're not going to find it at Menards or Lowe's. It's going to be at a specialty concrete products distributor that is trained in knowledge and how to use products like this and things like that. So if you need to find a distributor, you go to our website, concretemender.com, and on the right column, there'll be a little section, Find My Distributor, which will be a map. You can type in your zip code, and they'll tell you where your closest distributor is, or if it's an international customer, they'll send a message to us. We can help you pick out one that's one of our international distributors around the world. How much 10-minute concrete mender do I need for my job? That's always kind of a tricky thing to estimate how much product you need for a crack, because they're generally uneven, and you don't how deep they're going to be or how wide they're going to be after you clean them out. You kind of got to guess on that. But to make it easier, on our website we have a thing called the Product Roadware Estimator, and you can go in there and you can type in the width and the depth and the length of your crack and how much sand you're going to put in the material, usually 2 parts sand and 1 part liquid. That'll come up with a number of how much we think overall volume is going to be of that crack, and then how much concrete mender you're going to need in gallons or in cartridges, and also you can figure out from there how much sand you're going to need. So it's very helpful, and that's what we use when we're estimating here for people, but you can actually go to the website and do it for yourself. There's one in English measurements. There's also one in metric measurements too. And also another question we get is, can I fix cracks in my basement? You can, but then again, we don't recommend Roadware 10-minute concrete mender in residential basements. That's a tricky one to do, and if there's any water down there, moisture down there, it wasn't designed to be a water stop. And the other issue is, if it is a little too moist down there, you can have some residual odor from the product because it hits water, and it can make a little bit of odor, and that people don't like that in their basements. Now, an update on that is we've just came out with a new product called Roadware 10-minute concrete mender VO, which is a low odor concrete mender for odor sensitive areas, and it works great, and I can't wait to show it to you. I was going to do that in another video. It's a product that I really like. I put it down in my own basement during the COVID lockdown, and it worked out great. And of course, we've done other testing than that, but really it's something I want to show you in the next video. So that's the most questions I have right now, and we'll do this again sometime with our other products. But thanks for tuning in, and this is Kelton Glevy with Roadware Incorporated, and our website is concretemender.com, and subscribe.